why are you training then this sensitivity when it's like blocking you from like, or making you aware of so many things that are um making you behave in different ways, that like, oh, you're so sensitive now that you cannot even sit on this place because it has a weird energy. Isn't that restricting?
That is excellent. And let me lead right into, what if I change the word to truth?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of sensitive to energy, say aware of the truth. Now, if I can hypnotize you, go to work, earn your money, spend your money, pay your bills, buy some more, eat some poison, toxic, dead foods, go to work, earn some money, buy some things. Most people in the world are hypnotized into this, and forced also through mass media, through governments, the massive power they have on our energy fields, on our worldviews. So when you turn off your internet or your television or your various social medias, and you become aware of nature, is, wow, that's a pretty flower, or that's a cute little cat, or it's so fresh here. And yes, you become more sensitive to the truth of who and what we are, which is, I can't define that. I'm nowhere near that level of defining it. But it would be something like love or kindness or compassion or purity, that we have such potential, so much capacity for goodness, but we are being drawn into society. And we have since birth, since our parents' birth, probably since your grandparents' birth. If you take a date of the radio came out, let's say around 1930, I don't know the fact. Television, my mother used to say, television entered her home 1953. And now looking back, it's like, oh, so that's when they started the brainwashing program. For my generation, we grew up in the TV era, and so you were hypnotized by television.
Mm-hmm.
And for your own generation, it was probably more the internet era. So you hypnotized by the social medias or the video platforms that are available. So we become sensitive to the truth that this restaurant has a bad energy. This street in this city has a really bad energy. This park has a great energy. This person is loving and kind. We can feel that when
Mm-hmm.
we're aware of the truth. The truth is the energy. The energy is the truth.
I love that answer. Yes. Like, it was obviously like a bit confronting question, but it just still sometimes pops up into my mind. It's like, okay, I'm working now so much on my sensitivity, and now I get all the lashback of, oh, now you feel drained after just going the train. It's like, oh, before that didn't happen. Before that was just normal. So, but it's really, I think, good to be aware of that yes, you can train the sensitivity part, but it also has some side effects, right? In the daily big city life, at least for
Right,
me. Yeah.
Julian. Yes, yes. And that's part of the practice, is as we become more sensitive, we also need to learn how to handle our increased sensitivity. And a lot of students will come and they'll say, oh, I went to the hospital to visit somebody and I felt so sick. I went, and you mentioned the casino. I often mentioned as travelers, we're always at immigration. I
Mm.
get so stressed out at immigration. And it's because everybody else is so stressed out. And so we need to know that, okay, there are some things you can do. The quickest is I have to think in Thai for a moment, because I teach this in Thai language so often. In Thai, it's gamnot jit ti tao, which means focus your energy on your feet.
Okay.
And you do that even as we're speaking. You focus
Mm-hmm.
your energy down on your feet, it immediately ground, not immediately, within about 20 or 30 seconds, you'll feel more grounded. So let's say we're at immigration and there's 100 people arguing with those beloved immigration officials that we all love. We get grounded and we say, yes, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. I see, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Because I'm no longer The energy is no longer in my mind, which wants to beat up that person or just, blow up the building because they're so exasperating. But when the energy is focused on at the feet, it's like plugging in an electrical appliance. It gets grounded. There are no longer free electrons flowing everywhere. It's very calming. The trick is to do this immediately upon feeling it. So you have to go to the shopping mall for some chore, some errand, and you think, oh God, this shopping mall. Bring your mind, your energy down to your feet. Okay. And then within a moment, your attention comes to your breathing, because we're meditators. So we through practice, we naturally come back to the breathing. A third step is for people who are more visually oriented, is I'll suggest that they make a halo or a cocoon of, let's say, white light surrounding all around them. You've probably seen pictures or images of this before.
Yeah.
And you visualize that just for a moment, and you say, okay, I know it's an energy that's not so positive, but I'm prepared. I can deal with it. I'm grounded. I'm mindful. I have you can call it imagination if you want, or visualization. I would call it intention. It's an intention of, call it white light all around me. It's not a wall. I'm not locking myself in my room and hiding from some mysterious disease. I'm just putting a white intention around me that my love and kindness can still flow out. Love and kindness can still flow to me. But anything negative, anything stressful, anything dying or involving violence, it can't touch me. I've set the intention to be clean and pure and grounded.
That's a beautiful tip. Yeah, I immediately notice when putting the energy to the ground, I usually only bring it to the belly, like everything just out of the mind helps me already instantly. But the feet is great, especially because when you walk somewhere, it's easy to focus on the feet because they have movement, they have contact points, like things are there to notice easier than maybe just the movement of the belly that's small. So it might be easier. That's cool. I'll definitely try that, especially here in Lima.
Yeah, yeah. And it resonates well if you think about some of the native peoples. Let's take the native North American peoples, being barefoot. They will say, they're barefoot to be well grounded. Tai Chi, Tai Gek, Qi Gong, they're all very involved with one's contact points, to the point they'll talk about 9 points of contact from the feet to the ground. In Buddhist meditation, you have walking meditation, where you are, raise your foot, stepping forward, laying down your foot.
Yeah.
All of are very, very good practices. But for my own practice and in a big city or the shopping mall, I just bring my mind down to my feet. Okay. And think about this too, the distance from your brain or your mind, if the mind is here, not sure, but from the brain to the feet is approximately 2 meters. But the brain to the belly is only about 70 or 80 centimeters. I don't know how much that matters, but by going the extra meter, you're really setting the intention to get out of your head and into your body. So this resonates with a lot of body awareness meditations. Whether you do body scanning or feeling the sensations, there are many, many different traditions. But that puts the mind into the body, and the body is in the present moment. My feet are always present, but my mind is a time traveler. I'm traveling to the future, I'm traveling to the present, I'm traveling to time that does not exist. But the feet, you look down, they're very present. Always.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. And I felt we already jumped super deep now into Reiki and the topics, which I love. But